So happy to have you all listening tonight. And I am excited to welcome in a special guest, Miles Nielsen. Miles is the leader of the Rusted Hearts Band and so much more. We're going to talk all about it. Hey, Miles, welcome. And where are you right now? What are
Hi.
you doing?
I'm heading to a show down I-39. Kelly and I are hosting a storyteller songwriter series down in Ottawa at the Uptown Grill. And tonight our guest is Casey Anderson. So I'm driving to a show.
Yes, you are. Okay, so you are really you've been busy. You are back to touring. Do you feel like the schedule is almost as good as it was pre-2020?
It has been lately, yeah. I mean, the last few months, it's been kind of like everything's back to normal. Outside of a few things here and there, like, we had one show, actually the show that we're going to do right now, got canceled because Casey came down with COVID. So we rescheduled that for tonight, which was supposed to happen last month. So,
Got it.
but working hard and playing a bunch of shows.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to feel good. And, I have to bring this up because you and Kelly, you guys did so much to really stay engaged with fans and friends during the pandemic. You did so many different kinds of like live virtual shows, and all of us really enjoyed being a part of it and connecting with other fans and friends of yours. Did you have a favorite during that whole time that you did?
Um, you know, we did every Thursday night for it was 43 weeks. Um, I don't know if I had a favorite. Well, there was one show that we were doing the stream during a storm and the power went out.
Yes.
So we just kept going with flashlights, and that was one of the more memorable evenings of live streaming because people stayed on and kept tuning in, and we kept going. So it was like, well, now we're on cell signal and we're on candlelight, and let's play some songs. That was a good one. And then the alter ego versions of Kelly and myself, Uncle Gary and Aunt Dottie, was a good release of creativity for us too.
Will we ever see those characters again?
Yeah, they're still around.
Okay.
They're loitering around Rockford and Beloit, but they'll make an appearance.
Oh, it was.
They're just they're a little less. They're not as easy to bring out as say Miles and Kelly, because there's a little more work to do.
Oh yeah,
Kelly's
yeah.
got to put her hair up in rollers. And, I've got to really get my guitars tuned up. So it's they'll be back.
It was good comedy. You guys both you have some definite comedy features about you that really were very entertaining. Oh my gosh.
That's what happens when you lock two people in the same house for like a year straight.
I get it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you have a show coming up at Monk's Bar and Grill. This is Monk's on Lake Delton, and it's coming up Friday, Saturday, November 11 and 12. What can we expect?
So night one, actually, Kelly's band, Kelly Stewart and the Restless Kind, are going to be on the bill with us.
Nice.
So you'll probably, see some collaborations with Kelly and I and the band and her band, and maybe a big, fun, all-encompassing band. And then night two is an evening with just the Rusted Hearts. So that's probably going to get into all the deep cuts that we don't always get to play. So I know Dan Collar, who owns Monk's, he's one of his favorite songs is Disease.
Oh,
We don't play that one a ton, but so we usually bust that one out when we're up that way for him.
That'll make him smile. How about dancing on the
Yeah,
table? There's usually some time during a monk show that you're on a table somewhere.
yeah, it happens. I never premeditate getting on the table and dancing, or standing on the chair, or falling to the ground. These are all things that happen in the moment that I try not to think too much about, because
Yeah,
you know art for art's sake is better than art for meditated art's sake.
perfect. Well, we always, oh my goodness, we look forward to it. We look forward to getting up and dancing right along with you. And I think the cool thing, and you've sort of mentioned it, you have such a great variety of music. Now I got to ask you, are you working on anything new these days?
Yeah, winter time for us is the work on new songs time. Just we're still. I mean, this week I have one, two, three, four. I have 5 shows this week, so not a ton of time for getting the band together and working on songs. So we usually shut it down in January, but this year we're actually really busy in January, which is good. So we're taking some time in February to do some writing retreats and do some recording. And I demoed out about 9 songs during the lockdown that I had fully recorded, and the band started learning them, and we were getting somewhere with it, and then we started to get super busy again. So
Yeah, yeah.
we'll have to revisit all those songs, and I think there's some good tunes in there. So yeah, we're excited to I'm like really excited to start working on new songs.
Excellent, excellent. That'll be
Yeah,
something to look forward to then, hearing those as well.
yeah,
Um, okay, so along with the Rusted Hearts, you mentioned you play music with your wife, Kelly Stewart, and of course, that's original music as well.
yeah,
And then you have your family band, the Nielsen Trust. Tell us a
yeah.
little bit about it. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, for those who don't know, your dad, of course, is the great guitar player in Cheap Trick. Yeah, Rick Nielsen, that guy. What's it like for all of you to be able to play together?
Um, it's well, number one, it's really fun. It's really special. How many people can say they got to play music in a band with their wife, with their dad, and their brother? I mean, that's. But Cheap Trick had 2 years off, so those guys are really busy.
Yeah.
Getting back to makeup dates and tour with Rod Stewart, with ZZ Top. They're going to Japan. They were in Australia. I mean, they had a full docket of shows. So the Nielsen Trust we did a bunch of shows, like, I don't know, I guess it would have been June of last year.
Yeah.
And then we really haven't done much. We did some streams and some cool stuff, but the band, that's a fun one. The one thing I didn't realize about being in that band is that no matter, even though my dad has been in a band for 48 years or something, that I would actually still be the leader of the band. And I was
Mhm.
like, man, I got put in charge. So I was like, they would look to me for, well, what are we doing? I was like, I thought this band was going to be like, all 4 of us, like, and I'm like, well, Kelly's really easy to just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Dax doesn't really care. He's like, whatever, what do you think? And I'm like, and my dad is just like, where are we going? Tell me what to do. So I mean, it's a fun gig, but I guess it's no different than the Rusted Hearts. The songs are different.
Yeah.
You still have to get to the shows. You have to play the shows. You have to keep yourself, your vocals and your body in reasonable shape to show up every night. So, but a family band is something that we never really thought about until 4 years ago, and then it's like, yeah, we should do that, and then we actually did it. Oh, that was really fun. We should do more.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
all credit on Cheap Tricks. Well, so it's we're ready to do more, but I understand that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing takes a little precedence over the family thing.
Right. Do you have a
So,
favorite Cheap Trick song that you like to play with the band?
um, Well, we weren't doing this one with the band, but we just did a Cheap Trick review, so to speak, last weekend for Halloween,
Ah,
and we did the song "Heaven Tonight," and I got to steal my dad's mandocello for the week, and so I was playing mandocello on the song "Heaven Tonight," singing it, and
woo,
that's one of my yeah, that's one of my favorite tunes.
that is amazing.
Yeah,
But now, can I ask you, who actually found mom and dad rolling on the couch? Is that a real thing? Do you know?
I think that was a precursor to my mom and dad rolling on the couch. That's my guess. Because
I love.
I don't think my grandparents were rolling on the couch too often.
Okay,
Just
one
just
more
knowing them.
question. One funny story about your family. I know you have so many of them, which is partly the reason your shows are so much fun. No matter who you're playing with, you always have great stories. But is there one funny story that just kind of jumps to the top of your mind?
Well, I mean, I've told this story before, but it never seems to get old. But when Aerosmith was playing in Rockford, um, the band came over to our house, and I was probably 8 or 9 years old. And Steven Tyler, came up to me and he's like, "Hey, here's this hat, So he gives me this red hat, and I was like super excited. I'm thinking like, I just got Steven Tyler's hat. I'm screaming, running up to my bedroom, and was like, showed my brother, like, look what I got. And then 2 days later, I'm walking through the mall, the Cherryvale Mall in Rockford, and I walked by a store called Chess King, and
Oh.
on the mannequin at Chess King was that same red hat.
I remember Chess King. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So what I realized is what probably happened is I'm
Oh.
guessing a young lady threw a hat onto the stage, and Steven Tyler ended up putting it on, and then came over to the house and was just like, I don't, this hat's from Chess King. I don't really need it. And I'm going to give it to this little kid. So
Nice.
yeah, I was like, all right, I see how it works. I was really excited and then really let down.
Oh, did you keep the hat? No.
I probably gave it to someone else. It's like, hey, this is Steven Tyler's hat.
Oh,
And then
funny.
they probably saw it at Chess King too.
Mm, wow.
Yeah.
So you are a full-time musician, and just knowing your family, I can't imagine, but is there anything else you ever wanted to do aside of being a musician, or have you found your true love of your life, I guess I would say?
Yeah, I mean, I love what I do for sure. I mean, I would really like to do nothing else. Thankfully, I don't have to do anything else. I'm not really good at too many other things because I've dedicated myself to becoming good at this. But if I wasn't a musician, I have this weird infatuation with being a detective.
Oh,
Yeah, most people are like, really? I'm like,
okay.
actually, yes.
Huh.
I don't know, man. There's just something about it's like there's something about the details of being a detective that's also very similar to the details of being a songwriter. You know,
Huh.
you have to be really, perceptive. You have to really pay attention to detail. Um, there's something about that fascinates me. And Kelly knows. She's like, oh, we're watching the first 48 hours again. We've already seen this one. I'm like, I know, but I may have missed something.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah.
and if I wasn't going to do that, um, obviously pipe dreams are good to have, but I love the game of golf, and I'm not good enough, but I would love to be a golfer in some fashion.
That's awesome. Back to the detective. I picture you like in a trench coat with a, a spy glasses and things like that. That's just
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely have a look. I would definitely have a spy look about it.
Oh man. Okay, once again, Miles Nielsen and the Rusted Hearts live for 2 nights, Friday, Saturday, November 11th and 12th at Monk's in Lake Delton. Miles, one last question from me, and I always love to kind of dig into a song. One of my favorite songs is Kentucky, and
Yeah.
we'll play that after the interview. Um, what can you tell me about Kentucky? What does that song reveal to the rest of us?
Well, you know, the line of the hook of the chorus is "Dear Kentucky, you're killing me."
Mm-hmm.
We were on a tour, and it was, I don't know if it's still a thing that you can do in some places in Kentucky, but you could smoke cigarettes inside. They're really proud of their bourbons.
Oh yes.
And I was able to drink bourbon and smoke cigarettes, and I had my feet kicked up with 2 beers as backup. And I was like, wow, if I lived here, man, like this place would kill me. So the whole premise of the song really is, you know, just the vices of Kentucky that tend to be a little more easy to acquire than, at the time,
Yeah.
marijuana wasn't legal in Illinois. So it's like the line in the song, all this talk about bluegrass, but I'm seeing green.
Yeah.
That's a reference to, cannabis, but take it for what it is. It's like, smoking is sexy and cigarettes haunt me, sweet little
Mhm.
Southern dreams. It's like the tobacco farms in down South. There's these sweet little Southern dreams. They seem so romantic, but at the end of it all, again, it's something that's going to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I
Boy,
mean,
that is
basically, it's an autobiographical tune about having vices and knowing that if you stayed there for too long, it'd probably be the end of me. So,
Mhm.
you know,
I notice whenever you do that song, though, everybody sings along. They know
oh
every
yeah,
word, and it resonates with everybody else too, I do
yeah,
believe.
yeah. And so many times people go to Kentucky and they'll send me, "Hey, I'm in Kentucky and thinking about you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I'm synonymous with my own song. It's
How
great.
about that?
Yeah. So,
Well, one last question, and I guess this one's going to dig a little deeper. What do you hope you're remembered for?
um, geez, that's a good one. I don't know, integrity, more than anything, of just being a hard worker and being an honest musician that just wants to go out and make people feel better.
Yeah.
Bring something to make people think, make people smile, make people laugh, make people cry. But at the end of the day, I want to make honest, good music. And when you hit your mid 40s and you're like, that the dreams of being a pop star are so far from the forefront of my mind. It's like I just want I want to have just a really great loyal fan base, which we have, and we're
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
keep trying to grow it, but we're really lucky with what we have. So I think we're just 5 guys that are trying to keep the wheels on the bus and bring something good out there to the world.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, because I think that's exactly what you're doing, and that's why your shows are so special.
Thank you.
Yeah. And of course, you can find Miles on probably every social media site you can think of. Look for the music. I'm assuming you're on Spotify. Of course, I have all your CDs, so I don't have to go to Spotify, but other people can. They'll find you there. And
Yep.
it's just a great opportunity to sample so much of your terrific music.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody's, we guys record another live shows are so fun. So
Yeah.
that's probably something we're going to do in the next year or two, is put out another live record. Just because people, when they get our records, they're like, just, I love your records, but there's nothing like seeing you guys live. So
Yes.
we're a live band, so come out and see us at Monks. You can see
Absolutely.
Kelly too. She's right here.
Yeah.
There's Kelly.
Oh my gosh. Miles, thank you. Kelly, good to see you. Oh my goodness. We will see you both very, very soon. Thanks for taking
Sounds
time to
great.
talk with us.
Absolutely, Teri. Good seeing you.
Oh, this is Max Inc. Radio, and we are local music.